I'm going to say to you when we are going live. Just waiting.
We look at the camera or we look at
each other?
Yeah, you can. Okay, you can speak to each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, this is Andy Wyckoff. I'm the Director of Science, Technology, and Innovation here at the OECD, where we're holding a large conference today and yesterday on artificial intelligence, intelligent machines, and smart policies. I'm joined here with two of the presenters at that conference. I have Long Huynh, who is with a startup here in Paris, France, called QuantCube. We're going to hear more about that in a second. And I'm with Carolyn Wynn, who's with Microsoft, a firm that's very well known around the world. Let me start with Long, SmartCube. Tell us what it does, and tell me how you use artificial intelligence and what some of the applications are within your firm.
Yes, hi Andy. What is QuantCube technology about? It's about big data analytics for strategic intelligence, and basically it's about how to analyze multiple data sources from not only social media but also satellite data, as well as shipping industry, etc., to estimate in real time economic growth, inflation, the job market, etc. Is about how to do, in fact, in real time macroeconomics indicators all around the world, basically. So this is what the QuantCube technology does, and yeah.
So give me an example, a very concrete example of some of the insights you gain from QuantCube and all this data going in, but also how you use artificial intelligence. It just sounds like you're a big statistical database to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I give you an example. What you're going to use is a microdata to understand which key sectors drive the economic growth. So let me give you an example about energy, which is quite important. So it's about short-term, mid-term, and long-term strategic intelligence for energy. So for example, for short-term, what is very important is about what's going on during OPEC meetings. So what we have noticed is that you have 5 times more information in Arabic than in English during OPEC meetings. So what you have to do is about how to do natural language process in Arabic to get this information during the OPEC meetings, and it's going to tell you what is going to be the short-term trends about energy. So this is about short-term. If you're interested about mid-term about energy, so you're going to track all the ships, tankers, natural gas, etc. But also, in meanwhile, you're going to track all the job offers in the same time. Job offers from the energy sectors, and as it could be from other sectors. So it's going to tell you about mid-term, how to predict, in fact, business cycles in energy. And in the long term, what you're going to do is for supply to take satellite data pictures to look at inventory levels, but also the new supply comes from what you call the flaring. And this is infrared data from satellite. So we have seen 5 different types of sources to analyze energy sector: social media, satellite data, as well job offers, as well shipping data sources to analyze only the energy sector.
Fascinating. Thanks. Carolyn, let me shift to you. Microsoft isn't a startup anymore. Tell me, how are you using artificial intelligence at Microsoft? And again, what are some of the concrete applications?
Sure. So at Microsoft, we strongly believe in the potential of AI for good. And in fact, the way that we're looking at it is how to use AI to amplify human ingenuity through intelligent technology. And the best way to do that really is to democratize access. In other words, let's make the capabilities of AI as accessible to as many people around the world as possible. So the way to do that is, we have a couple of different steps. One is we develop the fundamental technologies that goes into the AI. So for example, just in August, we announced a breakthrough in terms of the ability to understand text much better than human beings today. So how is that helpful? So what we do is then we integrate that technology into applications for accessible people to, for example, to help visually impaired people, and to help, for example, to translate. If you're doing a PowerPoint presentation as an example, if someone can't hear, they can see the spoken words written down in multiple languages, and this can be done live just as the presentation is taking place. A second part is then we're making these capabilities available through APIs as well as through open source toolkits, as well as the data sets that we use in order to train and develop these algorithms. And then thirdly, we are also infusing intelligence into all of our products. So let me give you some very practical examples, right? So in Nepal, for example, people live basically marginally, and their livelihood is dependent upon their herds of animals. And so in one of these applications, we have a 20-year-old young lady from a university who saw this need to help out her aunt and uncle. So she developed an app for the mobile. She didn't know anything about AI, and she said, but I think this application can help me. And so she developed a mobile app that collects data from sensors that are strapped onto cows that can then detect, for example, rise in temperatures or abnormalities in terms of steps. And thus far, just with that one application, which she developed with two colleagues, two students, she's helped to detect anthrax in a cow in one of her aunts and uncle's herd. You know, so that's very, very practical. Let me go to the other extreme and to say that, you know, our researchers, for example, at MSR labs in Cambridge, there's a biological computational group that's working with radiologists, biologists, etc., to develop the latest computational models to understand how cells interact and develop new ways to address cancer research. So this is where the technology, the computational technology, is being used to enable advances in sectors.
This is fascinating. One of the themes over the 2 days has been a little bit, learning much more about what AI is, but also getting beyond kind of the immediate reaction, which I think many of us have gotten from watching too many movies, that AI is something really dangerous and AI is something we should be afraid of. And AI will just be controlled by a few evil people ruling the world. That doesn't seem to be the case. You're using it in a small startup. You're using it to help empower people in Nepal. It seems to have a huge, wide range of different applications. Why do you think people worry about this? And I think the main issue is probably jobs. And what's your opinion? Do you think it's going to be this great technology that turns us all into leisure time and without any work, or is it just another tool that we're going to use at the workplace? Long.
Sure. I believe that AI is extremely powerful, and also it's very important to think about what is the vision of your company and what you plan to do with AI. So AI can be also very dangerous, I would say, but also can be very benefit or very positive for an impact on the world, basically. So this is from this purpose also that we have published a book, in fact, with the middle field Cédric Villani, also about the ethics and the good use of AI and as well as the data, basically. So this is very important. Moreover, our company would like to have a positive impact on society. And the reason why also is that the average age of the company is, let's say, in people of the company, it's between 25 to 27. And all those guys or those people, they would like to have also a positive impact on society. So this is why it is very important for us to have a very good use of AI for society or for the world, basically.
Yeah.
Carolyn?
No, we absolutely, believe in the power of AI for good. Now, in terms of, to your question as to why such a negative perception, well, because good news doesn't sell. And if you are looking to make news, then it needs to go sensationalistic. And I think, unfortunately, that's the issue. I think another thing is that people don't really understand what AI is about and what to expect of the system. At Microsoft, we have been very clear in terms of the need for human-centered